Welcome back for some more ballroom dance chat. Today, I'm responding to a question from one of our channel friends who messaged me with the following. They want to know if it's more important for the success of a professional dancer to be a highly accomplished competitor or to be a skilled teacher of information. So, two questions here. Most professional dancers not only are not currently competing, but they've never competed professionally, and many have never competed as a hardcore amateur either. So that's the majority of teachers. Number two, professional dancers must support themselves by teaching. So these two feed into each other. If you cannot be a popular enough teacher to generate the income to pay for all of that coaching and travel and costumes, etc., you ain't even gonna be a competitor. So of the two, certainly from the perspective of every single pro dancer friend of mine, being a teacher is what makes you the successful professional dancer. When you first enter that pro comp circuit, absolutely, you're going to have a tough go of it if you are not already a respected, fully trained amateur competitor. But as a teacher, your competitive accomplishments matter in the first 5 months you're teaching. You have no clientele when you first turn pro. You have no market penetration. No one knows who you are. If you're already a successful dancer, and you could very well be an amateur dancer and be the best skilled dancer in your town. If they recognize that you are a skilled dancer, they will possibly try out a lesson with you. So now the door's open this much. If you are not a skilled teacher, frankly, you are useless to them. Your students aren't coming to you to play tiddlywinks. Even if it's just a social dancer, they probably want to pound out some figures. They want relatively useful information. They leave. They're paying good money for that service and that information. So if you cannot convey it, you're not even going to be a professional. Because if you cannot teach, this industry will retire you. Real story. I went up the competitive ranks from amateur newcomer through amateur championship level through professional championship level, competed in Blackpool many times. And I could write a book of names of people that I just idolized as dancers. They're amazing, gorgeous, highly accomplished competitors. And they're doing something like real estate now because they couldn't build a student, a clientele, even one student. I know of a former world champion who has no students because they can't teach. And unfortunately, as professional ballroom dancers, it's not like we have the luxury of going to a university and learning how to teach. I do think there's something to be said for having a natural ability. I certainly have found it helpful myself to have taken with a wide variety of coaches. Most of them amazing. Some of them, honestly, were not my cup of tea, but there's no one I didn't learn anything from. And even the ones that I'm like, I just wasted my money. Well, now I know how that person teaches. And when I have students that go to that coach for visiting coaching and they're like, what did they mean? I'm like, well, now that I'm a little older and wiser, let me tell you what they were getting at. Also, real story for you, we had a pro move to our town who is now a very successful teacher here, teaches competitors. This person has 0 competitive accomplishments. They themselves are not an elite level dancer. They aren't even a trained dancer. When they moved to town, they asked to borrow a ton of dance instruction CDs that I owned from my ballroom dance studio, though they never taught in my studio, to learn all of the figures because they came from a very different dance background. But they did it, they studied. Now they use judging as a tool for cultivating students and then watching and kind of learning. And they're a very skilled teacher. And they have diddly competitive accomplishment to their name. So in a nutshell, you can be a very accomplished professional dancer, not only with limited competitive accomplishments, but none. Okay? So I hope that's been helpful and that answers your question. I so appreciate, guys. Every time you ask me a question, I swear, every week I'm like, well, I'm done posting. I don't think I have anything else people might find to be interesting. And then you shoot me a question and I'm like, oh, and it jogs my memory for 10 things that sure would have helped me along the way. So guys, I look forward to seeing you first thing tomorrow morning for some more things ballroom dance. Bye guys.